Enjoy the show, everyone!
Good evening and welcome to Gateshead International Stadium. This is Gateshead versus Morecambe in the Enterprise National League, coming to you live and exclusive on the Heed Emily podcast and of course available to watch on DAZN. And we thank you for your company tonight. We are looking forward to what should be a fantastic game. Both teams needing to win on the back of recent good form for both sides, trying to get out of the lower echelons and the relegation zone of the Enterprise National League. My name is David Gaddis. I'll be joined by Mark Crovers very shortly. And as I say, we have the teams. They are here with us. There is a new signing that has just been announced an hour before kickoff as well. Ash Botswain has just signed for Gateshead until the end of next season from Ipswich Town. He does have National League experience with Woking and National League North experience with AFC Fylde. So we'll see what he can bring in attack for the Heat. But it's a very strong lineup. Only one change from the team that won down at Truro at the weekend. And we'll get into that very, very soon. But once again, thank you for your company here at Gateshead FC. And as I say, we want you all to be enjoying it here. So as I say, remember, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and we will be with you. I'll say, bringing you the match very, very soon. I'll go through the lineups for our audio listeners here. We've got Jamal Blackman in goal for the visitors. Former Gateshead player Liam Hogan, who just signed yesterday for Morecambe, is in defence with Harley Dean and Jan Sonogo, who is the captain. Lewis Payne, Owen says, threw me there, that spelling. Owen Edwards, Phil Lewis, Kyle Jameson, Miguel Aziz, Chris Popoff, and Jack Nolan up top. On the bench for the visitors, former Shields goalkeeper Miles Bonney, and then is George Thomas, Mo Sinanga, Ben Tollett, Timmy Akindalini, we'll get it right, Dan Ogwaro, and Ben Williams. And this is how the Heat line up. It's Pete Jameson in goal, Captain Kenton Richardson, Brad Nicholson, Keaton Ward, Sam Bowen, Jacob Butterfield, Ben Radcliffe, Joe Grayson returns to the starting lineup, Mark Beck, Billy Chadwick, and Saturday's two-goal hero, Harry Chapman. On the bench is David Ferguson, Dom Telford, Levi Abanchi, Josh Holm, and Fenton. Just to make sure our co-commentator's got his ears. Josh Holm, Fenton John, and Josh Anafawosi, who signed the other day before the Truro game, who come on and had a good cameo appearance. And as I said before, Ash Botswan, who signed just before kickoff. So he is on the bench, and that is how the Heat line up here this evening. And just leaves me to introduce my co-commentator tonight, Mark Carruthers, who is all set in and nice and comfortable now. How are you doing, Mark?
I'll be better when my mic's turned up, Dave.
I think it's our ears that we're having a little trouble with our ears. Is that better?
Gone now.
Gone for you. It's completely in my ears.
I can hear it.
There we go. So yeah, as I say, it's a fantastic turnaround for both teams. Both giving themselves hope going into the run-in. A massive game for both sides. This can be used as a platform to push on. Of course, there is still a gap, but you've got to win the games in front of you, and both teams are doing that at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, that win at the weekend from Morecambe was huge, wasn't it? I will get on the Gateshead, don't worry. But I look at this Morecambe side now, and you think, looking at the calibre of players in there, I know the club's been through a lot, and it's great that they still have a club, by the way. I kind of covered that situation for one of the companies I work for, and it was horrific to see what was going on. I'm so pleased that they have got the football club, and credit to the fans and everyone that's kept it alive. The supporters just done an unbelievable job as well. But I look at this squad, and you look, players they've got there. Jamal Blackman, former Chelsea goalkeeper. Harley Dean, played hundreds of games Football League. Miguel Aziz has been obviously top of the conversation in recent weeks, being linked with a move away, but is still their player. Liam Hogan, we know all about him from his time at Gateshead. So there is a lot of quality in this squad. And, I look on the bench, Ben Tollett, former Portsmouth, great player. Mo Sangari was one of the brightest prospects in Newcastle's academy not so long ago. So they have got a lot of talented players. They've got a bit of momentum because of Saturday's win. It was a great win, admittedly, against an out-of-sorts Eastleigh side. And then we look at Gateshead, who, let's be honest, a couple of weeks ago put in a good performance here when they were beaten by Brackley. But if you'd said to me that in the following sort of week or so that they would go and pick up 6 points from Halifax, where they never win, and that long trip to Truro, it's an unbelievable turnaround from both clubs, and it just sets us up perfectly for tonight.
It really does. As I say, the performances as well for Gateshead have been very resolute. It's been professional. There's, everyone's knew their job. You mentioned the Brackley game. They came out the traps very slow in that one, but that has been due to lack of game time. Of course, they have been training, but nothing is a substitute for actually playing, and just a little bit slow getting out there. But now they've got a few games under the belt, especially a few wins under the belt. You would hope that tonight, in front of a crowd that hasn't seen them win here in quite a long time, we'll be hoping to see what they've done on the road replicated here.
Was it August? Last week of August?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, look, you always say that your home ground has to be the solid foundation upon which a strong season is built. And Gateshead, it's been weak as anything here, let's be honest, in every competition. Yes, they got through to the first round of the FA Cup, but they were away ties that got them then and got knocked out here, admittedly, against the League One side. So, League Two side. So there is a lot of improvement needed from Gateshead here at the International Stadium. They need to really start putting together a run of form here and improving. But at the moment, it's just not happening, is it?
It hasn't. But as I say, you can, from a Gateshead perspective, hold out some hope with the recent performances on the road. Of course, as I say, since Rob Elliott has come back in charge here at Gateshead, he's been very busy in the transfer market. Of course, that closes at this level very soon. He's added 2 forward players in this week. Obviously, Josh Anafusi came in and had a cameo on Saturday.
Well done.
And then we've got Ash Botswain coming in as well, who's just left Ipswich but has National League experience with Woking and AFC Fylde. He's added a bit of youthfulness to the front line, because obviously Mark Beck, even though he's been playing absolutely fantastic, a real linchpin for the team, it's going to add in that little bit of pace in the latter stages if needed.
It is, yeah. I mean, look, you look at the 2 signings this week, and they're kind of exactly what Gateshead need, a kind of younger option at the top end of the pitch with a bit of pace about them, because you don't want to become too predictable, and then a winger, which they absolutely need.
Yeah.
Looking forward to seeing both. Obviously, didn't see the game on Saturday, but you were saying, unfortunately, when he came on, looked bright, looked sharp, and as you said, Botswain coming in from an academy in the EFL, having National League experience and National League North experience, is someone who, it's a sort of player that Rob and Louis Story love, isn't it? Someone that can.
Well, we kind of said
diamond.
I think you said before we came on air, you said, is this the next Dejan Brown? Because it's of the mould, isn't it? It's a young lad that's from the academies. I know it's said in jest, but that's the type of player to go for. It's the player on the cusp, maybe the player that's fell out of favour at a as you say, an academy side where they've been and haven't broke into that, and they've come here to Gateshead where they know they're going to get a fight chance to prove their worth.
And the other side of this is, because we know there isn't the finances at Gateshead to go out and get players that other teams in the league can get, from the EFL, they have to take a punt every now and then. Yeah. They have to take a chance on, maybe a rough diamond, if you want to call it that, or however you want to put it. That's what they've done with these 2 signings. That's the way it feels. So we'll see how it works out for them.
Certainly will. And as I say, we were mentioning earlier when we went through the teams, Liam Hogan, of course, just signed for Morecambe yesterday from Rochdale. Vastly experienced. We know exactly what leadership qualities he brings to any team. Of course, his season here was, absolutely fantastic. He went on to go to Salford and had great success there. It's the perfect player for
at both ends as well. I mean, he's threat from
set pieces,
but also that little bit of leadership and guidance at the back, and someone who, along with, again, I'm talking about experiences plenty on this side. I mean, Harley Dean, former Brentford, former Birmingham, played Football League, played Championship, really, really a lot of experience in there. Hogan just adds to that. And I think you're right. I mean, in the situation that Morecambe find themselves in, he is that, been there, done it, got the T-shirt, sort of defender. And also with Liam, good character, isn't he? You look when he was at Gateshead, he was a brilliant person to interact with as someone in the media. Sat down and had one of the most honest interviews I've ever had out of a professional when he was here.
Well, even just a little bit of inside baseball, when we played Rochdale the other week, he wasn't involved, and he come over and said hello as he was coming up the stairs. So, he's a great character to have around any football club.
That's because you're massive time, Dave.
That's where it is. But, like Gateshead, neither side is guaranteed to stay up, even though they're really pushing for it and strengthening the side. It will be an important sign for next season as well, regardless of what league Morecambe or Gateshead are in with the signings that they've made of late.
Look, I find it really fascinating though with both clubs, because signings that they've made in recent weeks, particularly Gateshead, have come in on 18-month deals. They're not 6 months down the season. It is 18-month deals. So and Morecambe obviously looking beyond this season, no matter what happens, even if both clubs go down, I think they'll find themselves in a good position to at least try and bounce back at the first attempt. And it's not as easy as that.
I mean, there is some, similarities there. Both brought in a former manager that had, better times at the club, that can both steady it up. They know what it takes to get the club on a better footing on the pitch. And, you would think that, if both teams are, to go down, that they've got good men in charge for next season.
And the biggest thing about both managers is they get the clubs.
Yeah.
Rob Elliott isn't under any illusions of what he's facing here. He knows what the challenges of being Gateshead manager are. He knows what the limitations are. Jim Bentley had some unbelievable times at Morecambe in his previous. He will get what the supporters want. He understands what the supporters want. He understands what it takes to be a successful Morecambe side, and to have that connection with the fan base that, through no fault of their own, had grown wider and wider through the previous owners. It's a healing process for Morecambe. It's a brilliant football club. It's another football club where I say it's an EFL club and everything but status now. And you look at it and think, can they get back to that? Yes, they've had to. They are the National League club now. They know what they're at. They know it's a rebuilding process. But the blocks are being put in place, and hopefully they can build something better. Well,
we did see in the summer, of course, the community of Morecambe and the fan base, and they've brought up a great travelling contingent up here. They're in the north end of the town in Weirstand. I'm sure we'll hear them throughout the game. But as I say, we'll get numbers as well of how many have travelled. But it does look a good over 100 there, which is fantastic on a Wednesday night to come over the Pennines here. But the teams are coming out onto the pitch, live and exclusive here on the Zone. It's Gateshead versus Morecambe in the Enterprise National League. It's a relegation dogfight, and this is how Morecambe line up here this evening. Jamal Blackman in goal, Liam Hogan, Harley Dean, Jan Sanogo, the captain, Lewis Payne, Owen Edwards, Paul Lewis, Kyle Jameson, Miguel Aziz, Chris Popov, and Jack Nolan. On the bench is Miles Bonney, George Thomas, Mo Sarangi, Ben Tollett. This is the one that's been getting us. Akindalini, Joe Ogbury, and Ben Williams. On bench for Gateshead. Oh, sorry, not bench. On this is how Gateshead line up. Pete Jameson in goal, Kent Richardson the captain, Brad Nicholson, Keith, Sam Bowen, Jacob Butterfield, Ben Radcliffe, Joe Grayson, Mark Beck, Billy Chadwick, and Harry Chapman. On the bench is David Ferguson, Dom Telford, Levi Amanchi, Josh Holm, Fenton John, new signing Josh Anafawisi, and another new signing, Ash Botswain, who just announced before kickoff. For our audio listeners, Gateshead in their white and black, Morecambe in their red and black striped shirts with white socks and white shorts. We're all set to go. All we need is the coin toss, and we will be underway here at Gateshead International Stadium. Once again, thank you very much for your company. It's always a pleasure to be here live on the Zone, and of course on the Heat Army podcast live on YouTube. And we've got messages that have come in that we haven't read out yet, so we will get through to those later on when there's a break in play. But we have got one from Graham Jones. He's put evening all, listening in from Worcester in the West Midlands. Thank you very much. We always appreciate the messages coming in. And we've got Alan Guest as well, and he's going for another 2-1 win. His prediction. We've got Craig. He's put evening all, let's keep it going, keep the wins going. And we've got a message from the lovely Liv. She's put evening all. Of course, she can't get here due to ill health, but we Wish you was here. Emily Focuses, thank you in advance for another great commentary. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. And as I say, there's a one from Gateshead FC stats, which we'll use later on. But we're just waiting for the two captains to get into the... we must have had the... I must have missed that when I was going through the call. Looks like Gateshead River Tyne, the visitors towards the Felon end. And both teams in a huddle.
I always find it funny when you say shooting towards the River Tyne, because I always think, they're shooting towards a goal there.
Yes, well,
not over the stand and
there is a famous Paul Blackett penalty that is still travelling in the Tyne.
Currently just gone past Wylam.
Yeah, but it is going to be Morecambe that get us underway here at Gateshead International Stadium. Enterprise National League, live and exclusive on DAZN. Thank you for your company.
And thank you to our counterparts from Morecambe who have the game on.
They have, yes. So we might have a little bit of a highlight so we can look back at any incidents, but headed up in the air as Gateshead chase the ball on the far side, keep Ward. And does look like they're playing four at the back with Grayson playing left back. It does look at this early stages, and Kent Richardson right back. The centre back pairing of Nicholson and Ben Radcliffe.
It's effectively four centre backs, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I think we kind of guessed it was going to be that, but we thought Nicholson would have been left back. But it is a fluid Gateshead side. We might see a change as the game goes on. We're throwing on the far side up towards Mark Beck, who nods it forward. Hook clear. I was speaking to our counterpart from Morecambe, and he said that Jim Bentley's brought in a bit more of a no-nonsense. There is a player down at the moment for Morecambe, being stopped for a head injury. So they're a little bit more direct. He said not fully direct, but they like to clear the lines.
Nothing wrong with that. Sometimes when you're in the situation you're in, or both sides are in, playing that no-nonsense, that sort of no-risk style football is a benefit, because players do get nervous, they do feel the tension. So trying to play around at the back maybe doesn't help.
We have a drop ball here. Gateshead still in attack. As the ball goes back to Radcliffe. Now Nicholson. Across to Joe Grayson. Ball played forward, looking for the run of Billy Chadwick, who's chasing it down as Hogan gets his first touches in a Morecambe shirt and clears the ball up towards the halfway line. Gateshead pick up the loose ball in midfield with Butterfield. And now Richardson can bring the ball forward. Out onto the far side, Keaton Ward cuts in, lays it off. There's Bowen. Just gives it to Butterfield, back to Bowen. It's a very flat back five at the moment from Morecambe. They're trying to make the pitch as wide as possible as Chapman lays it back. Grayson puts one in. It's a deep curl and one at the back post. Nodded back across. Well done. Shot away to finish. Oh, what a strike! Mark Beck nods it down, and Keaton Ward leathers it into the back of the net to make it Gateshead 1, Morecambe 0, 3 minutes gone.
Well, we weren't sure who was going to play at left back, but that's a brilliant ball far post there from Joe Grayson. Yes, it's high and looping, but it's going to find Mark Beck. It's a lovely nod back, exactly what you expect from Mark Beck. And what a finish. First goal for Gateshead, a stunning first-time effort. Pretty much the only place I think he's going to score there, put inside the far corner. What a way to get off the mark.
Well, see Mark Beck not just scoring him, he's helped setting him up as well. See the vision and knowledge from Mark Beck to just calmly put that down. But as you say, Mark, the finish was absolutely beautiful. No chance of Blackman getting anywhere near that. But what do Morecambe have in reply here in the early stages?
Yeah, there'll be a response. After that win on Saturday, they'll still be buoyant, they'll still be confident. They'll not, that setback, I don't think it'll hit them as hard as it would have done if they hadn't won on Saturday. So there will be a reaction here from Morecambe.
Aziz with a crossfield ball looking for Payne, who brings the ball down well. There's it back to Hogan. Hogan chips the ball forward. Been cleared, not as far though, and a shot away from Paul Lewis there. Didn't get the full contact he wanted. Pete Jameson could easily deal with that.
Not sure about saving with his knees, man.
Well, Gateshead with the quick start here at Gateshead International Stadium. If you're just joining us, Gateshead 1, Morecambe 0. Keaton Ward opening his accounts, but Chapman picks up the loose ball. It's given out to Billy Chadwick, left-hand side of the box, cuts inside, goes for a shot himself, and
What a block.
Good block, and his player went down off the ball. Little coming together. Butterfield, fantastic stuff from Gateshead's number 10. Just gets in front of Pop off. There's a lot of energy in this Morecambe forward line. They want to get the ball, and Chapman brings the ball forward on this left-hand side. Crosses the ball in. It's another deep one, and headed clear. I think people were thinking Mark Beck was going to get underneath that one again, but great work from Butterfield. It goes down out. It goes for a throw-in.
I think Mark Beck was going to be in the end of that, looking at him there. He's got his hands on his head, thinking that I should be on that, just on his heels a bit.
Well, something that I noted on the Heed On Me podcast last week is the freedom that Butterfield seems to have now with a more structured midfield around him and stronger defence to what was in the beginning of the season. He's starting to really enjoy himself out there and roll back the years, but Radcliffe does well to play the ball back to Jameson. So we're just seeing early stages. There is a fair bit of pace up front for Morecambe if they get the ball moving forward. As at the moment, Nolan plays the ball out to the left-hand side. Aziz pains and acres of space. It's a lovely ball over to him, brought it down and plays it into the centre there, gets it back. He's Payne up against Chapman. Chapman just uses his body but doesn't manage to stop him.
And he's
given back. That's very harsh.
I think that's soft, I've got to be honest.
Yeah, I just think Chapman lost the physical battle there. I don't think that was that's a fortunate one for Gateshead. If I was a Morecambe fan, I might be a little bit aggrieved by that one. Well, the resulting free kick is going to be taken by Jameson. And there's I'm going to say
I mean, Chapman's done well to get his body in front. I just don't think there's enough contact there to
warrant
a foul. But if you get it, you take it, because that was a little bit of pressurising there.
He's finding a bit of space, Payne, isn't he, in the early stages? As Radcliffe dominant in the air. Mark Beck loses out in the aerial battle, but the ball goes back to Jameson for the visitors. Two Jamesons on the pitch. Aziz plays the ball through the centre. Butterfield intercepts, and Mark Beck tried to marshal it there, but Aziz with a nice bit of skill in the centre circle.
To switch on
Payne's
again.
in a lot of space here, and it's a little bit easy for him, but headed out by Chapman. I think Louis Story on the touchline there, just as well, saying it's getting a little bit easy on that right-hand side.
Yeah, there's a big responsibility on Harry Chapman tonight to do that side of the game as a winger and track his man. Obviously, you can see already that Lewis Payne likes to get forward.
And Nolan brings the ball down edge of the area. Fantastic stuff from Butterfield once again. He's just been dispossessed. Good work from Nolan. Nolan can lay the ball off. Ball comes back out to Payne on this right-hand side. He's up against Chapman. The cross comes in straight into Jameson's chest there. And, it's going to be an instant battle between Payne and Harry Chapman. And in these early exchanges, Payne looks like he's got the full beating of him, but he's definitely going to be competitive.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, it's a big part of a winger's game is doing the defensive side as well. And Harry Chapman's got to be aware of that. You can see already that Payne loves getting forward from fullback. So they're going to have to be a little bit wary there, Gateshead.
Well, Gateshead bring it forward through Grayson. Chapman plays it forward, and Chadwick was trying to beat the offside trap, but Liam Hogan more than capable of stopping that and gets the ball back from Blackman. Pings the ball up towards the forward line, but it falls to Nolan. Pop-off is on this right-hand side, who receives the ball, puts a cross in. It's deep. There's nobody there, though. And the only man that can get to it is Edwards on the far side, keeps it in. Doesn't get past his man, and Gator can bring the ball forward through Bowen, who just slows it down and gives it to Richardson. Well, Nicholson. Now, Grayson. Butterfield in the centre. Butterfield back to Grayson, and Gateshead just slowing it down. Back in the familiar patterns. We see Gateshead play at the back to find themselves space as they have done here. They can bring the ball forward. Grayson. Back to Nicholson. Butterfield. And this was something that was notable against Halifax and Truro, as that, the longer they have the possession and making the forward line run, it zaps energy the more you do it.
I mean, you look at it the other way, though. Morecambe have kept them under pressure high up the pitch and forced a long ball, which isn't really working for Gateshead. Got the foul.
Yeah, a free kick. Foul on Lewis. And this will be an opportunity for Morecambe to get the ball in the box. Hogan's going forward.
Is Rob Elliott in the stand? Haven't seen him yet.
I haven't seen him.
Louis Story seems to be guiding the touchline duties.
I must admit, I think Liam Hogan's slimmed down a little bit. It seems that he just seems to looking after himself.
Gets a really high line here, by the way.
It is.
Gonna have to be careful of a late run.
Snow goes up there at the back post. Daughter poor, really poor. Comes back to Aziz. He's going to get another chance to chip it towards Snow on the far side. Back into the centre, nodded down, cleared by Gateshead, only as far as a Morecambe player. Back to the captain. Aziz, a nice bit of footwork. Out to Payne on this right-hand side. He's up against Grayson. Ball comes into the box, headed clear. And now Gateshead can get on the attack, but I think it is going to be Edwards just gets in front of Keaton Ward on the far side there. It's a crucial interception.
It was, yeah. Gateshead with a chance of breaking there, but snuffed out.
Well, 12 minutes gone. Gateshead 1, Morecambe 0. Keaton Ward scoring on the 3rd minute here at Gateshead International Stadium. Enterprise National League live and exclusive on DAZN, and that is a awful kick. There's no defending that one.
Yeah, he's just sliced across the ball, hasn't he? I mean, he's trying to obviously switch the player there, Aziz.
But you can see he's giving his face a rub there just to say what they do. Very talented player, though. You know that's quite a rare occurrence.
Yeah, former Arsenal Academy player, highly rated at Arsenal by all accounts.
Mark Beck let that one go over him. Hogan was holding on.
It's a really little thing, this, and I apologise, but there's nobody running beyond Mark Beck there.
That's why he didn't bother. Yeah.
And someone's got to take a bit of gamble there if that ball's going forward, from a Gateshead point of view, obviously.
Well, Jamal Blackman is going to take the goal kick. There is a goal in the National League around. The only other game that is on, that's where there's a goal, is Hartlepool. They're winning 1-0 against Mark Hughes Carlisle. There's ball forward as Beck chases down. It goes back to Blackman. Oh, and he hits it off Beck. And it's going to be kept in by Keaton Ward. Needs to get across in the box. There is targets there. Comes towards the back post. There's too much on it, and it goes out behind. No nonsense from Liam Hogan, and it's a corner to Gateshead.
Not really sure what Mark Beck was doing there. Just seemed to have a little lie down, did he? But no, good again. Good pressure for Beck. Blackman just didn't get enough on the clearance, really. But a bit of a let-off for Morecambe.
Well, it shows you if you don't close down, nothing will happen. So it might be a rare thing to happen, but sometimes it pays off.
The interesting thing there is no Morecambe player reacted. Gateshead was straight on it, which is a bit of a concern.
Keaton Ward puts the ball in. It's cleared by Morecambe.
Well played on
Grayson and battling there. There was a complaint of a shirt pull and on pop off. Ball comes across to Chadwick, but intercepted by Payne. It's going to be brought down by Keaton Ward, who finds himself on the right-hand side of the pitch at this moment in time. Nicholson goes for a ball the far side, and well, that looked like it was offside there, and referee linesman didn't flag. Yeah, he did look a good 4 yards off there, didn't he?
Tyrese Sinclair with that goal. for Hartlepool,
Yeah.
building on his 2 goals against Solihull Moors.
Ball forward, looking for Chadwick, but defenders for Hartlepool, a Freudian slip there from Morecambe dealing well. Grayson holds the ball up well. He manages to get the ball to Nicholson under pressure there. As Richardson on the far side. Just takes a touch, gives it back to Radcliffe. Radcliffe sprays it across the grass to Grayson on the halfway line. Beck just drops deep and get involved. And once again, Gateshead letting the ball do the work at the moment. As Butterfield turns in the centre circle. Bowen gives the ball back to Radcliffe. Butterfield. Oh, little coming together with Aziz. He apologised. But Butterfield calmly back to Radcliffe, and Gateshead taking any sting out of the game for the visitors at the moment with the possession. Grayson. Bowen. Nicholson just puts his foot on it, slows it down and plays it forward to Radcliffe, who can bring the ball forward, just slows it down and plays it back. Grayson on the halfway line, left-hand side of the pitch. Bowen, it's a no-go there, just trying to...
Just let him know who's there.
Yeah. The longer Gateshead in possession, the more frustrated the opposition seem to get, and you will see someone try and chase the ball down and leave a gap.
All right,
That's a ball on the far side, and the far side, but twist turn from Nolan. Songo, I've been calling him Sonogo, sorry about that. As the ball forward into space, and Bowen can calmly give that back to Nicholson, give him a little bit of extra work to do, more than probably what he wanted, but Jameson clears the balls. Songo brings it down towards...
Both holding each other there.
Yeah. Payne does manage to get it to a teammate. Bowen does flick it on, but Payne gets onto it. There is pop off at the back post. He's coming in, and there's the header. Lovely finish. Great cross, and it's a level game here at the moment. You could see pop off running through the centre, and the finish was absolutely perfect. It's 1-1 here. 17 minutes gone at Gateshead International Stadium.
Yeah, Gateshead just sloppy beaten in wide areas. It's a stunning cross from the right-hand side and a brilliant header. He's got in front of his man. I think, Popov just getting in front of the Gateshead defender. It's a brilliant header. He's got so much power and direction on it. Jameson having no chance.
Well, the reply Jim Bentley wanted from his men has come in the 17th minute. And we're back to having a level game here at Gateshead International Stadium, live and exclusive on DAZN. And it's going to be Billy Chadwick that gets us underway. The first time we've really heard the away fans in the north end of the Tyne and Wear stand. We've got something to cheer about now. As Gateshead aim for Mark Beck. Beaten in the air by Hogan. Ball goes out of play for a throw to Gateshead.
Could be a proper scrap, that one, isn't it?
Yeah. Ball back to Nicholson. Radcliffe all the way across to Richardson. Just starting to see a bit of renewed energy from the visitors with that goal and a kick in the back of the legs there on Butterfield. Free kick to Gateshead. That's definitely brought the game into another level. Grayson carries it over the halfway line, plays it inside to Bowen. Bowen, a nice ball over to Richardson. He does have Keaton Ward in front of him, who he uses. Carried on going, Richardson, but it comes inside to Butterfield. Richardson still stays wide out there on the right-hand side. And it's just a bit scrappy from Gateshead, but they lose possession. This is where they've got to be careful because we've seen the pace of pop-off. There's Butterfield. Gets it across to Grayson. Chapman out on the left-hand side. Has the ball now. runs towards the box, takes down the dead ball line, gives it back to Grayson, who puts one in, didn't get the connection he wanted, cleared, only as far as Butterfield, who gets it to Bowen. Bowen does well to keep a hold of it. Mark Beck, host of players around him, and Gateshead just trying to be a little bit too cute in close quarters, and now the visitors can break as Nicholson nods the ball down, but Popoff read it well. It's been laid off to Nolan from outside the area, goes for a curling shot. Good block from Radcliffe, and it's a corner, and the game has really come alive now.
Yeah, the response from Morecambe since they fell behind has been excellent, and obviously got the rewards with that equaliser, and look the more like the other two sides at the moment. Just a little bit more conviction in the final third. Gateshead just not quite clicking after getting that opening goal.
Well, corner on the far side. Nolan's going to be the man to take it.
Can we just remind you that Gateshead Stadium is a non-smoking venue throughout, including the toilet areas. And restrictions include vaping and e-cigarettes.
We await the delivery. In comes the delivery now. It's not a bad one. Man goes in at the back post. It was Payne that got the shot away. It was blocked. It's been hooked clear, only as far as the edge of the area. And now Chadwick, if he looks up, he does have Chapman on this far side. The ball is very heavy, and it's just going to go away from him. And Morecambe will be able to deal with that. And it took a touch and cleared the ball up the line. Grayson can't bring it down, though. Butterfield, left-hand side of the pitch, going to play it back to
switch on
Grayson. Kent Richardson's on the far side of the pitch, but it goes to Sam Bowen. Out to Keaton Ward on the right-hand touchline. Back to Richardson. Bowen. Chadwick on the edge of the box. Just plays it back to Richardson. Nicholson. Grayson left-hand side. Chapman plays it back to Nicholson. Morecambe sitting deep at the moment. Gateshead, every man bar Jameson inside the Morecambe half as Nicholson plays it to Butterfield. Butterfield has to battle to win the ball back and does, and gets it to Nicholson. There's Bowen out to Keaton Ward.
Ken Richards made a great run there.
Chadwick couldn't get to the ball. It's been hooked clear. And Morecambe clear their lines somewhat here and push out, but Gateshead back in possession. Nicholson. Is it to Joe Grayson? Chapman on this left-hand touchline just plays it back to Grayson down the line. Nicholson in turn. And now across the defence to Richardson via Radcliffe, who gets the ball back himself. And now Captain Richardson plays down the line to Keaton Ward, who's got a bit of space to drive with the ball here. Can he cross the ball in? He's got time, he's got space. The delivery wasn't the greatest, but it falls to Butterfield. Fans asking him to shoot, but it comes out to Richardson. Can he get across into the box? Lays it back to Butterfield. Keaton Ward back to Butterfield. And Gateshead keeping the ball moving. Still inside the Morecambe half. Richardson lays the ball forward to Keaton Ward, but he's been quickly closed down. Back to Richardson. It's good marking from Morecambe, stopping Gateshead get the ball any further forward, but now Gateshead are going to try and probe down this left-hand side through Chapman. There's players in the centre. If he can get a ball there, Grayson is going to be the man to put it in. It's deep, and as well gets the shirt head away, but both players pulling on shirts.
Yeah, it was nice and patient from Gateshead. I think if they're going to break through this defence, so it's going to have to be some risk taken in the final third. It was very safe, that very clear play, very
clinical,
precise, but not enough risk taken for me.
Beck gets the ball under control.
Oh, he's done brilliantly.
Turns his man, turns another free kick just on the halfway line. It's Paul Lewis that brought him down in the end.
Big game across the line in the Northern Premier League is tonight in Heaton Stannington against Blythe Spartans, currently 1-1. Much like we are here.
Well, certainly more time for goals. 24 minutes gone, 1-1. Keaton Ward with Gateshead's pop-offs with Morecambe's goal. Both scored from well-worked crosses into the box. There's Butterfield in the centre circle. Picks out Bowen. Flicks it over to... Sorry, it wasn't. It was Keaton Ward. Keaton Ward gets the ball back. He's on the right-hand side of the pitch. Just cross comes in and cleared by the visitors. Well, a thunderous shot come in there from... I think it was Ben Radcliffe, but Gateshead have the ball.
It's good pressure from Gateshead, went high up the pitch.
Chapman's going to go for a shot himself from distance, but gets too much on it and takes it wide. And it's going to be a goal kick.
Yeah, Rob Elliott and Louis Story love that. Gateshead winning the ball high up the pitch there and putting Morecambe back under pressure, but just alleviated with that long-distance effort.
Well, two contrasting styles having equal amounts of chances and possession.
I don't really think there's that much difference between the two sides in terms of style at the moment. I think both teams are trying to get the ball down and play it. Morecambe, as I say, done brilliantly to get back on level terms after falling behind so early on. And they look really confident. You know, what I will say about both sides, they don't look like two sides who are struggling at the bottom end of the table.
No, certainly not. Ball played through, pop off, has got himself down to the dead ball line, pulls it back across, there's a header, and there's the second goal, and pop off, got himself in space, the good run through, pulls it back across, and the headed goal went in. I'm trying to see who the goal scorer was, just to confirm, and it is 2-1 to Morecambe here, 26 minutes gone, and Gateshead undone again for a ball through on the right-hand side.
Yeah, just a little bit too easy, wasn't it? Pop off again, really causing Gateshead trouble in that final third. His movement has been excellent. Obviously, he scored with a brilliant header and has now turned creator. It's such a good run in the box, but the frustration is that the man hasn't been tracked.
It's a lovely weighted ball, the cross.
Yeah, the cross has made it easier, but it's the fact that it is even easier because there's no one, no one there to really block the header or block the cross.
No other goals in the National League at the moment, apart from the goal at Hartlepool.
Jack Nolan.
As Jack Nolan with the goal. Well, two good headed finishes from Morecambe as Hogan nods the ball forward.
Well, just as Morecambe did, Gateshead have to respond now.
Yep.
Let that early lead go. So now how do they react?
Well, just over halfway through the first half. 3 goals already. Dare I say, I think there might be some more, Mark.
Yeah, you wouldn't say either defence looks particularly watertight.
Well, Nicholson dries the ball in his shirt while he's in deep conversation with the fourth official. He launches his trademark long throw, headed clear though. Second ball needs to be picked up by Gateshead, and it was as Radcliffe hoists it up towards the edge of the box. It's won by Beck. The second ball dealt with by the visitors and cleared into touch on the far side. Well, the away fans in fine voice and enjoying themselves at the moment. A little bit subdued in the home end at the moment. But Grayson plays the ball back to... Well, it goes over now to Radcliffe via Chapman and Nicholson. As Radcliffe gives it back to Nicholson. Gateshead committing a lot of men forward, and they've got to be very wary of how fast Morecambe can break. As the crossfield ball wasn't the greatest.
That's why they can't force the rush at Gateshead, because they're trying to force the agenda. They're trying to, a crossfield pass wasn't really on as such.
Well, Nicholson has went across the other side to take a long throw.
Not really a lot of Gateshead bodies in the box, mind.
No, there's more around the box, although Grayson is venturing in there now. What a throw that is as well. Headed clear, nodded back in. Beck up in the air, didn't win it. It's been hooked clear by the visitors, and now Popoff chases down, holds it up on the halfway line, does very well, gets past his man and can give it back to Hogan, who puts it up the top, and now it's a foot race, and Nolan's onside. He's going to try and bring it down, turn. Great defending, though. And Gateshead got themselves out of trouble. But if it wasn't for Kenton Richardson, I think Nolan might have been away.
Yeah, there's a warning sign for Gateshead. They can't push this. Still play quite measured football. But a good tackle from Richardson. He's done well to get back in. Been really impressed with Popov so far.
Yeah, he's looks a real talented player. He's got strength, speed, and power to his game. Ball goes back to Kenton Richardson, Radcliffe. Grayson, Chapman out on his left-hand side now. Can he get a ball into the box? He can. Oh, no one really bought a ticket to try and win that one, but now it goes out to the far side. Keaton Ward. Back to Richardson. Richardson takes a touch. And Keaton Ward now tries to play one in. It's going to stay in there. The spin on the ball kept it in. Well done to the Morecambe defender. That was blocking that one on the far side. But Gateshead probe down the left now. Comes out to Chadwick. Grayson. All the way back to Nicholson. Well, being brought forward as Radcliffe puts it towards... Oh, well. Mark Beck was lingering, but the ball was well dealt with in the end. Blackman just plucks that out the air.
A little bit more on that cross, and Beck was in on goal, but well defended again by Morecambe.
You've got to admire the patient build-up from Morecambe. You know, that they're soaking it up, and got to say they've been clinical with the breaks.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, sitting kind of frustrating Gateshead to an extent, and making the most of those attacks. Two really good goals, really well worked goals from Morecambe so far.
Richardson plays the ball back to...
You look at them now, and they're sat in 11 men inside their own half, just nullifying any space there is. And benefit from just a little bit more pace out wide.
Yeah, it just seems to slow when it gets to the final third. Bowen drops deep to get involved there. Ball, poor passing, and Popov now can drive with the ball left hand side. Men are teaming forward, and well, I don't know if that was a shot, but
it was definitely a cross.
He definitely got some power on it, didn't he? But Jameson was able to deal with that. Chapman plays it inside to Butterfield. And once again, all it takes is half a chance, and Morecambe can really get away quickly with that ball. Butterfield looks for the run of Chapman. Payne did see it. Well played by Payne. He's overhit that. Can he keep it in? He can. And he's going to hold it in at the corner flag at this moment in time. Chapman, well, you cannot get Payne over. He's like Jack Russell. He's done very well there, but it's been cleared as far as Butterfield. And the ball kicked out by Nolan. Quickly taken. Nicholson. So impressive strength by Jack Payne there, wasn't it? Lewis Payne even. Butterfield. Out to Keaton Ward. Just feel there could be a little bit more support from Mark Beck up there. If the cross was forthcoming, there's not many people around him. Oh, lovely. Oh, well read by Harley Dean.
The problem is when Gateshead are getting into good areas to cross it, there's only Mark Beck in the box.
Yeah.
No one's in around him. They've got to start at some point committing more players in the area. When you do get the ball out wide, you do have good delivery from Ward and from Chapman on the left, but at the moment it's just not happening.
There's no other scores in the National League to update you on. We get through on the far side. And taken. Ball forward. And that's going to go out of play for a throw to the visitors. Well, 35 minutes gone. If you're just joining us, Gateshead 1, Morecambe 2. Gateshead did go in front for a Keaton Ward goal, but the dangerous duo of Popoff and Nolan have got their side in front. Ball over the top, nobody there though.
And it's starting to become a real, well, I say it has been for a while. Gateshead's home record has just been abysmal this season, and you know, the pressure on the away games when they can't win at home. And you look, they've got 3 home games
Coming up
in the space of a week. Feels like a massive chance to try and close that gap. But at the moment, after that bright start, it's, you know, Morecambe, yes, Gateshead are having possession, but they're not really hurting Morecambe with it.
Well, another throw to the visitors here, this time on the right-hand side. William Hogan is going to take this one. Steal a few yards. There's the ball cleared by Beck over the top. This is good if Billy Chadwick can keep this moving forward, but great play from Hogan, and it goes out of play for a throw-in. Good tackle. Thought Billy Chadwick might have got away there, but Hogan back to stop that one.
It's a better ball.
Keaton Ward right on the right-hand touchline, halfway inside the Morecambe half. Drives with it now. Can he plays it back down the line to Kenton Richardson?
See there again,
Radcliffe.
there's only 2 in the area. So people asking for a cross, but there's no point because no one's committing.
Especially with the aerial dominance. In the, well, surely the shirt pull, you could see it from here. Well, unless he had a hold of his shirt as well, but that's the second time. Not much of an appeal, though, from Mark Beck, to be fair. There's a lot of shirt pulling going on out there. Well, it's a throw to the visitors, just in front of the Gateshead dugout.
He has been held, but it would have been soft.
Yeah, he didn't really appeal, did he? Well, Hogan once again.
Still allows him to take it.
Yeah, well, that's the referee not being strong enough for you. As Beck has to hold it up, cleared the ball over the top, and, well, Morecambe defence is going to eat that up all day. Nodded forward.
And it's not a foul. That's not a foul.
Yeah, well, it's a free kick.
Just went down far too easily there, didn't he?
Yeah.
Just a little bit of a feeling Gateshead here. Just, again, like I said, need to be a bit braver and a bit more, maybe a little bit more direct, but certainly need to commit more players in towards. Not that direct.
Yeah, to be, as I say, it's very apparent. You can see Mark Beck's up there with sometimes 3-4 red shirts around him. Even if he wins the header, there's nobody committing around to give him that support to either a flick on or a loose ball. Crossfield ball up towards Keaton Ward. Oh, lovely touch to bring it forward. Can he keep it in? He can, and he's won a throw-in.
He's done brilliant. What a ball by Grayson.
Well, we're going to utilise the long throw of Brad Nicholson. Well, Beck being heavily marked.
Just wonder if Gates to commit one of the other defenders in there, Grayson and Richardson. It's been held back.
Yeah. Comes in, headed clear by Harley Dean, and the ball put back out. It's a good ball back out there. Can he get the cross in? He can. There's a tussle off the ball. The referee hasn't seen it, nodded on. It hasn't been fully cleared yet by Morecambe. And Mark Beck is in some pain on the floor there. I hope he hasn't landed badly on his shoulder. He's holding his arm. And once again, the referee letting the pulling commence. whether it's both sides or not, we'll see on the replay. I was following the ball in real time, but we've got a replay here in front of us. And we'll see in a second. Well, he's just been wrestled to the ground.
It's right in front of the referee
Yeah.
as well.
Another shirt pull, wrestled to the ground. And looks like he's landed awkwardly on his shoulder, which would be a real loss for Gateshead if he has to leave the pitch.
Doesn't look good.
He didn't move as soon as he went down. I'm fearing it might be a dislocation. Mark Beck down at the moment. If you all just join us, it is Gateshead 1, Morecambe 2. We have a break in play here. Well, he's sitting up now for our audio listeners, Mark Beck.
Ben Ratcliffe having a word with the referee here, just trying to ask the question.
Yeah.
You might. Is there a concussion check going on?
I'm not sure. Could be, No.
Looks shaken.
Well, we'll see if Mark Beck can continue. I think the sign is that he's all right from the bench there. Towards the bench, was it? I don't know. It looked like a thumbs up, but his body language, as you say, does look a little bit...
The problem is if it is a dislocated shoulder, it's so easy for that to pop out again.
Yeah.
That they can't take any risk with this one.
That's a concussion check, that, isn't it? Oh, no. There's movements.
Shoulder.
Yeah, shoulder. Just saying down the line 2 minutes to see if they're assessing it at the moment. Well, Gateshead temporarily down to 10 men, and the target man that would normally be in the mix is off the pitch at the moment for this throw-in.
Basically looking at Ben Ratcliffe here, aren't they?
Yeah.
Being held as well, by the way. Shit, I see that.
Yeah, it's a very physical tussle out there in the Morecambe box.
Yeah, sub.
In comes the delivery. It's going to be headed away. Oh, Keaton Wardedge there. It gets a strike. Oh, cleared. In a miss to the box as the bounce just deceives the seas there. Nice touch from Grayson. So Mark Beck walks back to the Gateshead dugout. And we could see, I think, possibly one of the new players here a little bit earlier, or Levi Amanchi possibly.
Well, you'd imagine it'll be Amanchi or Boatswain.
Yeah. Ball comes out to Grayson on this left-hand side. Oh, Chapman tried to arc his run there, and ball nodded forward. Grayson can Butterfield keep it in? He can. Pokes it all the way back to Pete Jameson. There's Butterfield.
Big blow back though.
It is, especially with his assist tonight. Of course, 2 goals this week.
It is Boatswain, I think, isn't it?
Number 19.
19's back.
19's back, yeah. So it is going to be Ash Boatswain who's going to come on for his debut here before half-time. Gateshead still in possession. Just probing with the ball at the moment.
10 men, of course, don't forget.
Yeah. Well, the 20-year-old just announced just over an hour before kickoff arrives, having come through the academy at Ipswich and loan stints in the National League, notably with AFC Fylde and Woking. As the ball through the centre, just a little bit too much on it, and now Gateshead do have to switch on and be wary here as Nolan on the far side, pop-offs on the far coming through, and there he is, there is the third, and they've opened up Gateshead very easily, and Morecambe, they're really enjoying themselves out there, but Gateshead, well, so much possession, but
Just
on the
wide
counter
open.
attack,
Just wide open. It's not even a difficult goal. It's 3 or 4 simple passes. It's really clinical and incisive from Morecambe, but it's so easy. It's so easy. Just that one ball in is released. The striker in. He's played a great ball across goal. Simple tap in. Just too easy for Gateshead. Too easy to score goals against.
while the poor home form continues as it is at this moment. The fourth official having a mare with the ball there, but Botswain comes on. And Gateshead have a little bit of a mountain to climb here at the moment. Gateshead 1, Morecambe 3, 45 minutes gone. We'll see how long is going to be added on here at the end of the first half. You would imagine about 2 to 3 minutes, possibly.
I think that's just come from one really poor pass.
Yeah.
And it's clinical from Morecambe, but it's so sloppy from Gateshead.
Well, Jim Bentley's got them set up so well. They'll sit and soak up the pressure and then just break.
Oh, it's been, unbelievable tactically from Morecambe.
Whereas Chapman up against Payne, takes down dead ball line. Can he cross it in? Wins. Oh, he's kept it in. Butterfield, deflected out. It's a throw. Nicholson will come over for this one. I didn't see how many minutes was put up there because I was watching the game.
5 minutes.
5 minutes added on.
Do you feel as if Gateshead do need one back, for half time?
Yeah, I think it would be massive if they could. But at the moment, Morecambe, Jim Bentley, he's put everything together really well tonight.
As I say, tactically, we've outdone Gateshead a bit.
Nicholson with the long throw. Headed clear, only as far as Butterfield. Gets a touch and gets it out to Nicholson. Grayson, nice passing display, but didn't really open up to anything. Richardson puts the ball up towards Radcliffe. Heads the ball and it goes out of play for a goal kick. And well, I think we're going to have to see something a bit different from Gateshead in the second half, especially in the final third. They can enjoy all the possession in their own half and in and around midfield, but maybe guilty of just, before Mark Beck went off, not supporting Mark Beck enough and not putting fast deliveries into the box.
Yeah, I think there's just, obviously we haven't really seen Botswain yet. He's just come on, but there's a need for just a bit of an injection of pace here from Gateshead. I think it's very sort of one-paced at the moment, especially which is frustrating after getting off to that brilliant start.
Well,
and they just haven't been able to build on it.
Richardson receives the ball. Keaton Ward was expecting one over the top there, but he does manage to get back to it. And off the ball pressure from Morecambe has really stepped up as well. Wind in the sails, and deservedly so. As Grayson plays it into Radcliffe, who can bring the ball forward.
He switches on.
Just over 2 minutes into the 5 minutes added on at the end here. Botswain gives it back to Chapman. And at the moment, like big swathes of the game so far, Morecambe happy to be out of possession at the moment.
You do get sides like this, where they are more comfortable out of possession.
Yeah, it's
particularly when they're this organised.
That's the key, isn't it? To keeping your composure as the ball comes in. It's going to be cleared by Payne. Butterfield just goes for a shot and good save from Blackman in the end.
Yeah, he's got down well there, hasn't he? Because that was well struck from. I'm not entirely sure it was going in, I've got to be honest.
Yeah.
But he's obviously got to be a little bit cautious with that one. He's good save in the end, though, getting down and just tipping it around that post.
Well, we wait the delivery. The dying stages here, and that's a go through as a shot away. Oh, penalty! Handball was given, and well, Gateshead handed a lifeline here just before half time.
Now, who takes it?
Billy Chadwick has picked the ball up.
Just watching the replay here and the zone's coverage.
Well, Chadwick just has the ball at the moment.
I think that's generous, I've got to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think it was. Yeah, looking at the replay, it's been given for handball, but I think it's a harsh one. But Billy Chadwick from the penalty spot. Can he open his account for Gateshead in his second spell here?
Blackman in goal is a big figure, isn't he?
Yeah. He's an agile, big goalkeeper as well. As the shot comes in, straight down the middle, Billy Chadwick makes it 3-2. And Gateshead have given themselves a chance going into the half-time break here at Gateshead National Stadium. And well, Mark, you've got to take a little bit of look when you get it. It did look in the replay, it was a bit of a soft penalty. But
there is a hand involved, but I think it's really harsh to give it. I'm not sure it's intentional. But as you say, Gateshead will take it. It gives them a route back into the game just for half time. Brilliant penalty, by the way, from Chadwick. First goal of his latest spell at the club, or second spell at the club, I should say.
Well, just watching a couple of the on-field battles there, Songo's leaving a couple of shoulders in on players at the moment. Just trying to assert some dominance. Easy. Harley Dean does very well, plays it through, pop off, but Radcliffe read it well that time. And once again, when he gets on the shoulder of the defender, pop off is just absolutely, there's the half-time whistle, but he's absolutely electric. But the score is Gateshead 2, Morecambe 3, and a 5-goal thriller so far. Dare I say, Mark, I said before there'll be more goals in it, and I still think there is going to be in the second half.
I think there'll be a few, mate, to be honest. Defensively, Gateshead just far too open. And I'm repeating myself here, by the way, but just too easy to score goals against. Morecambe, bizarrely, for a team that have looked so solid defensively, conceded 2, obviously 1 with the penalty. But I've been really impressed with Morecambe, I've got to be honest. I think they've come with the game plan. They're absorbing pressure. They're allowing Gateshead to play in front of them, and then hitting them on the break so decisively.
As I said, watching in the early stages, we've seen Lewis Payne was a big danger. He seemed to drift out of it a little bit. Whether it's instructions from Bentley himself, he's just changed it. And as I was saying, Nolan and Popoff, once they get on the shoulder, they've got the beating of the defender every time with the pace.
Just looking at Mark Beck coming off, it quite clearly is a dislocated shoulder, isn't
it?
He's
got his shirt around his arm at the moment, which is absolutely heartbreaking after the recent form that he's been in, Mark Beck. We are going to go have our half-time break, recoup, and we'll be back with the half-time scores in about 10 minutes. But thank you very much for joining us here live on the Zone and the Heat Army podcast. We'll be back with Gateshead versus Morecambe in the second half. Well, if you're just joining us, sorry about that. On our audio stream, we had a bit of trouble there. It is currently Gateshead 3, Morecambe 4. So apologies to our audio listeners. As Gateshead on the attack, there has been changed at half-time as well for our audio listeners. As Gateshead made 3 substitutions. As Keaton Ward plays it inside to Chadwick. Chadwick does well to hold the ball up. Bowen has Anafosi on the far side, who, up against Payne, drives with the ball. Anafosi puts it into the centre and it's cleared and does very well there, Morecambe, to clear the lines.
Live wire, isn't he, Anafosi?
He's got to turn a foot.
Very keen to run his man, put a couple of dangerous balls in.
He's got the ball there from the throw-in. In comes the cross. It's not the greatest. Songo can clear it. And now Gateshead do win it back. They've done well. Anafosi going to try and beat his man again. Plays it forward. Oh, lovely stuff to Bowen. Bowen puts it back out. Anafosi. Is it too much on it? He's got it down next to the corner flag. Oh, he nearly got past his man. And at the moment, cleared. Ball goes out of play. It's another throw to Gateshead. And well,
what we've seen of him so far, he's a bag of tricks.
Well, his cameo at Truro was quite impressive on a narrow pitch, of course a bit wider here at Gateshead International Stadium. And he uses every blade of grass, doesn't he? But Nicholson with the long throw. It goes short this time. Nicholson gets it back, gives it to Bowen from the edge of the area, goes for a shot and it's put behind. That could have went anywhere, that. And it's another corner to Gateshead. Well, there is going to be some players having a word with here. There's been a lot of pushing and shoving. I think there's been a lot of verbal stuff said out there as well. Keaton Ward and marches over to the far side with the ball in his hand. And there's a Manchi that was getting the talking to for Gateshead.
Hartlepool now 2-0 up against Carlisle.
Wow. In comes the delivery, headed clear. Fenton John picks up the loose ball, calmly turns. Now Fawusi has the ball in the centre, gives it to Bowen. Richardson. Now Fenton John can bring the ball forward. Anna Fawusi. 59 minutes gone, Gateshead 3, Morecambe 4. And Fawusi plays the ball forward. It's just been hoofed clear by the visitors. Pop off, holds it up. Does really well. A good tackle there from Kenton Richardson.
Just to let you know that the 50-50 draw has been played.
Well, Gateshead through Radcliffe now. Richardson plays it out to Chadwick on this right-hand side. Chips the ball forward to Botswain, but it was just intercepted. The passing from the visitors is just eluding them at the moment. Gateshead having good spells, but they need to get the ball in the box as Keaton Ward gets it to Billy Chadwick. Cuts inside of it. Plays it across. Anafawusi, lovely bit of turn. Goes, just turn frustration from himself there. But he just makes space for himself.
He does, just head went a bit there, I think. Technique just leant back, got rid of the ball and sent it miles over. But, he's, as I said, looked promising, looked lively.
Well, we've got 60 minutes gone now into the 61st minute. 7 goals so far here.
I don't think we've seen the end of the score, and I'm got to be honest.
Wow. There's a few substitutes warming up for the visitors. As the rain still comes down and pop off once again. Pete Jameson had to get off his line quickly, but they just got pace to burn.
They have, and they're using it brilliantly. I'd say the threat on the counter-attack has been really, really good from Morecambe. They've just managed to keep Gateshead in front of them at times. And when they do attack, it's so clinical and so clean.
Botswain has the ball, lays it off. Gateshead trying to build something here, comes across to Richardson. Keaton Ward drops deep, inside to Fenton John. Fenton John looks up, plays it to Botswan, tries to thread it through. As Anna Woolsey come forward. Is that going to bounce out for a corner? It is.
Was it just kick it?
Yeah, that was like a delayed reaction there. Gateshead with another corner here. Keaton Ward.
It's got to be a better delivery.
He's had a bit of practice so far. The delivery in it comes. Oh, and thought Billy Chadwick was lining himself up for a bicycle kick there, but the ball goes through.
I've seen everything else in this game.
No. Fenton John gives the ball to Anafawosi, who's put a dangerous one into the box. And, well, in the end, it was easy for Blackman, but it's something different to what we've seen so far.
It is, but when you've got a goalkeeper like Blackman, who's as tall as he is, the ball's got to be perfect. It has to be a perfect ball.
Pop
in the
off,
area.
holding up again. Ball forward. Well, unlike Morecambe there, a bit of a wasted ball forward, but at the moment, scoreline still reflects Morecambe's play. It's Gateshead 3, Morecambe 4. Chadwick. There's a ball back to Richardson in his own half. Radcliffe in the centre. Anafawosi just holds the ball up and lays it off. A little bit too much on it there for Nicholson. But he gets back and gets it under control. Anafawosi up against Payne. Oh, nice pass inside to Bowen, but can Amanchi hold it up? He can, lays it off. And Gateshead trying to spread the play out to the right-hand side is Chadwick with the underlap. Gets the ball. Can give it back to Keaton Ward. Can he get a delivery in? Gives it to Richardson. There is men in the box. The delivery wasn't the greatest and headed clear. And at the moment, being brought down by Nolan and just gets past Nicholson. And Nicholson with a shirt pull. And that one there, that time it's been pulled back. And a bit of a cynical one there from Fenton John.
Work rate again, though, from the sort of front two for Morecambe is just exceptional. Gateshead being just switched off a little bit here. If they're taking the quick one, referee not letting them do it.
It's so impressive because they're doing it from so deep as well. You know, the practically in a defensive midfielder role when they get onto the ball. But an opportunity for Morecambe to get the ball up towards the Gateshead box here.
Could be a
65 minutes gone. Looks like there is going to be a substitution, I think, coming soon from the visitors. Fourth official in deep conversation with the fourth official and linesman.
Haven't seen a lot of Botswain yet, have we?
No, not yet. Well, Kent Richardson goes down off the ball. It's been brought down inside the area. There's the shot and it goes wide. And Gateshead have a goal kick. Well, I say Botswain was only signed an hour before kick-off. I'm sure he's trained with the squad in the build-up this week. You would think. He hasn't yet to get into any space, but then again, he's up there with Amanchi in the thick of it. There's Chadwick. Plays the ball forward. That's a lovely ball. Keaton Ward. And well done. Well done, Edwards. Just that ball stopped it, didn't it? The foot. Great stuff from Fenton John. And, well, the big man, the little man. Songo.
It's a head injury, isn't it? It's got to be stopped if it's a head injury.
It's not a head injury. He's been handing it out a little bit this afternoon, Songo, or this evening. There's been some shoulder barges. Interesting to see the strength of Fenton John there, though.
Well, Fenton's played in the Northern Premier League East and in Premier Division. He's not averse to challenges like that.
Throwing taken short. Keaton Ward gives it to Nicholson. Nicholson chips one in. Headed forward though. Clear at the edge of the box. Bowen nods it back on towards the edge of the area. Up in the air. Appeals for a free kick there from the Morecambe players. I thought there was a push in the back. But at the moment, Fenton John brings the ball forward. Chadwick. Ball comes off. Number 17, Lewis. Throw in quickly taken. And now gets a probe through, and for Wosiblo, gets the run of Bowen there to help him. Bowen puts one in. It's very deep.
It's too deep.
Yeah. Easy for Blackman in the end.
So one disappointing thing about Gateshead's game tonight, well, one of the disappointing things is the lack of quality into the box. Just hasn't been good enough. The crosses from out wide have been a little bit too predictable. I'm just hopeful.
Well, you mention a goalkeeper of his stature and skill set, it's got to be put into no man's land, really. A lot of them have been easy for him to take.
And this is a goalkeeper that was, he was at Chelsea, really high rated when he was at Chelsea. Spent a lot of years there. There has been a little raising of tempo from Gates, I would say, since Fenton John's been introduced in midfield. Just looks a little bit slicker, a bit more dynamic in there.
Well, Anafowozi gets the ball on the left-hand side. Does he have it in him to beat Jack Payne again? Cuts inside this time. Lays it into Chadwick and then across to Keaton Ward. There's men in the box if he can get a delivery in. Cuts inside. Oh, lovely movement. Chadwick pulls it back across. Oh, there was a slip in the box. And, well, Gateshead not utilising that one. And a free kick given as Popoff is screaming on the ground at the moment, kicking the ground. I don't know if he's hurt his shoulder as well, the way he's holding it. So Popoff still kicking the ground.
Looks very similar, didn't it?
Yeah,
to the way
it
went down.
Just landed down on that shoulder area. His legs are still moving. He's in some discomfort.
Beck did exactly the same thing, funny enough.
I think it's the movement and the power of what they're putting in, the way they went down. But hopefully he's all right, because he's had a fantastic game this evening. Eastleigh are winning 1-0 away to Truro. Sutton are beating Yeovil 2-1 as it stands. Carlisle down to 10 men. And it is Braintree 1, Aldershot 1. So they're the scores in and around the National League at the moment. Of course, Gateshead 3, Morecambe 4 here live on DAZN. Well, this doesn't look good for Popoff. He's still down on the ground. As you say, Mark, it landed heavy like Mark Beck. He's up, sat up. He's moving his arms, but as you say, it does look shoulder. Does look like the left shoulder as well.
Gateshead fans having a go here, but I'm not sure if there's any right to do it.
No. Well, he's up. He's moving his shoulder with a bit more ease than what Mark Beck was. Once again, apologies to our audio listeners. Earlier on, missed a few goals. Well, Popoff walking off gingerly. I think he'll be coming back on.
Yeah, but he's clearly in some discomfort here.
Yeah, yeah.
There's absolutely no doubt about
he's
that.
moving more freely than what Mark Beck was.
Oh,
but,
100%. But
yeah.
it's still clear.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's clearly jawed it.
And
you can see there,
you're going at full tilt and then landing your shoulder into the ground.
I think he's trying to manoeuvre it back in there,
Well, free kick taken. It's a powerful kick. An offside flag goes up.
I think it's a foul. I think he might have given a foul there for a fullback.
Yeah.
The way he's flagged.
Yeah. It's
normally that's
it was.
offside.
Still looking at Popoff. He's still moving that shoulder. He's got some discomfort there. Yeah. I think he might have. He's definitely really hurt it, but he's coming back on. But a ball forward, looking for Amanchi. Oh, Anafoisi putting Payne under pressure. He's back on. Seems to be moving all right. Pop off. Fenton John calmly gives the ball to Nicholson. He was under pressure.
That's a good ball.
Nice turn from Botswan. Lays it off to Anafuosi. Gateshead get the ball to... Oh, nice touch from Chadwick. Gets the ball. Oh, Amanchi in the box. Can he get past his man? Pulls the trigger. Oh, well, the defence was stood still and it goes out for a corner.
Just thought that was going to dribble inside the far post there.
Wow.
Clearly got a deflection. Not the cleanest hit from Amanchi anyway.
The deflection left everybody flat-footed there, didn't it?
Certainly did. Keeper just watching it and hoping.
Keaton Ward. Another corner. In it comes. Header up in the air from Nicholson. Anafuosi chasing the ball down on the far side, but Fenton John there to intercept, and Bowen gives it to Anafuosi. He's got time and space this time. Puts a decent cross in. There's men in the centre. It bounces, but Nicholson can't get this ball. He back heels it. Keaton Ward, edge of the area. Bowen lays it off to Chadwick. Chadwick goes for the shot. Oh, he drags it wide.
That was never on. There's people in the box there. I think we've just got to work it wide and let Nicholson swing the ball in. It's going to be a world if he's going to score from there with that many people in front of him.
Well, we've got 18 minutes remaining here in the first half. Second half, even first half. I'm bamboozled here. Plus, you'd imagine a fair amount of stoppages here, especially with the substitutions as well. Gateshead only have one substitution left.
Not really sure there's a need to make one at the moment.
Yeah. I think the only one that would stand out would be maybe if Chadwick tires, maybe bring Dom Telford on. But at the moment, that's a nice interception, and Gateshead can get on the attack. They've got men forward. Anfovosi on the far side. He's got Chadwick on this right-hand side. Keaton Ward lays it off. Chadwick pulls it back across. Oh, what a finish! Chadwick with a hat-trick! It's 4-4! It was a deceiving ball across, and he placed it beautifully into the side of the net. And Gateshead have got themselves level.
Should we call that a cross shot?
No, I think he placed it. Either way, you can't take hat-trick away from Billy Chadwick tonight. It's 4-4, and the game is most definitely back on.
I would argue Billy Chadwick's probably got 8 goals for Gateshead, and 6 of them have come in hat-tricks.
Yeah.
I think that's a cross. I think looking at the angle of his body...
Does it on the replay there? I thought he did the inside of his boot there for the shot. I don't know if we're going to see another replay.
It's going to be one of them. I'll tell you after the game. If anyone speaks to him and say, did he mean that? He'll say yes. But I'm not 100% convinced he's meant.
Well, Pop Off and Billy Chadwick giving us a display in scoring goals here tonight. And the ball comes through. Oh, no. Yeah. In the replay, it does look like he's skew-whiffed it, but in a good way. Well, Anafuosi chases down with Payne, and to throw in on the far side to the visitors. What do they have in reply again? 8 goals here, 75 minutes gone. Gateshead 4, Morecambe 4. Well, both teams are fighting and scrapping and not giving up at all here, Mark. As Gateshead get the ball up, Amanchi tries to hold it up. He's dispossessed, and Blackman has to come out his area. Ball up in the air. It's going to land in midfield, though. Aziz. Sorry, he isn't. It's on far side. That's a lovely ball out to Payne. If he can get the delivery in, and it's right. Oh, he has kept it in. Now comes the delivery. It's dangerous. Back post, and there's a dive there from Lewis. No appeals. I think it was more of a foot in there.
It's in the back.
Oh, Songo. Physical player.
Got to stop the cross here, Gateshead.
Aziz cuts inside. Can he get the cross in? He goes towards the back post and towards the corner flag, and that is out for a goal kick. Well, Songo, very strong player. We've seen he lost out in a battle with Fenton John there before. He wasn't losing that one.
Ben Tollett coming on from Morecambe, former Portsmouth player, I think.
Well, We've got Sean watching in New Jersey, enjoying one of the international Gateshead fans. There's Keaton Ward. Plays the ball back to Fenton John.
Is Rowan on this, Dave?
I think so. I think there's another goal here. I do.
Tell you what, the way.
I couldn't tell you which way it's going to go. I know I'm of a Gateshead persuasion, but I'm under no illusions it could go either way. This as Nicholson out to Keaton Ward on this right-hand side. Can he get across in? He can. Oh, wow. Comes off the defender and thankfully in the hands of
It's offside.
Blackman.
He's offside.
Ball forward.
He's
It's
offside.
put off.
He's offside.
He's going to touch it. There you go. There's the offside flag. It's frustrating. Let's put the flag up. Yeah, it's frustrating. Put the flag up.
I tell you what, actually, I don't know if it was Kenton Richardson, but he's actually pushed him into the Gateshead half, so he is offside.
Yeah.
It's a little bit like the situation Newcastle, Man City the weekend where Dan Burn scores, but he was pushed into an offside position by Ruben Dias. Similar to that.
Well, Jack Nolan comes off. He's had a little bit of a quieter second half.
Brilliant first half, great.
Oh, amazing.
Brilliant work rate.
Substitution for Morecambe FC, leaving the pitch number 36, Jack Nolan.
Well, we're back underway. Carlisle have pulled one back at Hartlepool, but it's 3-1 there now. Truro have just equalised at Eastleigh as well. Goals all over the National League. But will there be more goals here at Gateshead International Stadium? Don't go anywhere. Anything could happen.
Eastleigh parting company with a manager at the weekend. Richard Hill in interim charge after the first time.
Well, Keaton Ward plays the ball off a Morecambe player and falls kindly for Morecambe as the ball comes off Keaton Ward.
Hold a shot 2-1 up at Braintree.
That's a good result for both teams involved here, if it stays that way. There's ball in the area. It's been put forward as Radcliffe just sees it out. There's pop off. He's here, there and everywhere still.
Barring that one deflected shot, we've not really seen a lot of Levi Manchie, have we?
We haven't. But I think they're in there causing the bother and keeping the defenders busy. Ball over the top.
It's not the worst
And now
ball,
Chadwick chases
Keep it
forward. Can he keep it in?
Oh.
Very close. Rainsman's closer than us, though.
It's one of
Judge
them.
that
Where
the ball went out.
it's possibly not a bad thing it's gone out, you know.
Yeah.
Just Gateshead might be able to keep them pending a little bit here.
Nice win from Keaton Ward, and Chadwick comes away with the ball, plays it inside. Amanchi holds it up very well, lays it off to Fenton John. He's got Anafosi on the far side, who he uses corner of the box, lays it forward. Bowens continued his run, and he's held it up. Anafosi crosses the ball in. Oh, and it's going to fall on the edge of the box. Billy Chadwick lays it off to Keaton Ward, goes for his shot, takes a deflection. Oh,
I thought it took a deflection as well. I've got to be
well.
honest. There's no appeals.
No, it's certainly not. It must.
It's been the way he hit it.
Yeah. Unless it bounced into the ground.
Possibly. Possibly. Does look as if Dom Telford's going to be coming on.
I think it might be for Keaton Ward or Billy Chadwick, although I don't think they may take Chadwick off.
I think it might be Chadwick because otherwise you've got basically 5 forwards on the pitch.
Yeah.
Maybe Botswain comes out wide and Telford goes up front, or Telford can play in the 10.
Good win in the air there by Ben Radcliffe, and Alfawosi back on defensive duties, and he just worked out the angles and brought the ball forward. And Gateshead can drive down this right-hand side now as ball played forwards. Amanchi gets the ball, edge of the box, keeps driving with it. Oh, he's done well to win it back. Defender had just got in front of him as he's done really well to win that back and pop off, holding the ball up. So Morecambe ball.
He's such a strange player, Manchie, isn't he? You look at him and sometimes he looks like he's not in control, and then he just pops out with the ball.
Yeah.
The one thing I will give him is he has kept going and going and going tonight.
Well, in the 81st minute. I hazard a guess we might have about 15 left from here with time added on. Fenton John nods the ball forward.
Give it now.
Bowen
Let him run.
gives the ball to Anafawosi. Anafawosi up against Payne. Anafawosi drives with the ball on the outside. He's done really well. He's having his shirt pulled and he's stayed on his feet. In comes the cross towards Amanchi. Brings the ball down. Can he? Botswan was coming in. Well, Anafawosi there, you could have forgiven him for going down there with the shirt pull, but he kept going.
Another sub coming on. It's George Thomas.
And number
That's
20,
a good ball.
it's gone Sangara's Chadwick. Right hand side of the box, crosses it in, there's deflection. Still got the ball, Chadwick. He's still holding it up. Keaton Ward puts a delivery in. It's not bad. Oh, great save. Great save. Ball with Bowen. Gives it to... shot off there. Well, Botswan's hurt himself in that one there. The shot off was from Amanchi. Gateshead do have a corner. Botswan.
There's a Morecambe player down as well, by the way.
There is, yeah. Is that Payne? No, he's up. He's all right.
Both players are up. Great strike, by the way, from Amanchi. On that left foot.
Well, Keaton Ward. Possibly his 8th corner of the night, I think.
Short one.
Chadwick gives it back to Ward. Lays it off to Chadwick. Chadwick chips it in. Oh, it's Botswan. Oh, Amanchi. It's in the area. Oh, it's got the shot away. And well, he's down on the ground, Amanchi. But Gateshead have another throw. And it's going to be Nicholson to do it. Well, there was legs swinging around there. It's going to be 3 substitutions here for the visitors. It is going to be George Thomas coming on, Sangari coming on, and it is to be Ben Williams.
It's a nice little variation in the corner there from Gateshead. It's been very sort of just get in the box as much as we can, but nice little variation on a short corner there. Worked it in the box eventually. Mo Sangari, as I was saying, former Newcastle United youngster. Big, powerful midfielder using the academy system.
Lewis is coming off. I would hazard a guess that pop-off isn't coming off. Been very dangerous tonight.
Gwyn Edwards, the first one off.
Edwards been dangerous, but he's been replaced by Thomas. No, Williams, sorry. Williams. And now Sangari coming on for number 24, Sango. The referee just telling them to... That's the slowest run I've ever seen. Yeah. Gateshead still have a long throw here.
I think we're probably going to have about 6 or 7 minutes now. The stoppage time, I'll go be honest.
I think it could be 8. I genuinely do. Gateshead men packed in the box. Changed it round as Keaton Ward gives the ball back to Nicholson. Nicholson crosses one in. It's cleared. Williams has the ball and kicks it out. Anywhere will do at the moment.
There's no doubt this one will go in long.
Well, the variation has been good in the second half from Gateshead. Either the kicks and the throws, but this one is going to be long. Nicholson headed clear for the near post, but Gateshead will pick up the loose ball and
a strange decision.
Keaton Ward giving it a good thump back to the goalkeeper. Crossfield
Great
ball
ball.
coming to Nicholson, who will win the aerial battle. Oh, he didn't manage to go to a teammate as Botswan chases down Williams
Gateshead just pulled
inside,
out
and
of shape
now
here.
Sangari going to play it forward. Nice turn from Popoff and a lovely pass through, and well, he's down. There's a late tackle on him there, but the referee said play on as Harley Dean wins the header. Gateshead just need to get the foot on the ball at the moment, and just it's become a little bit of a hot potato for both sides.
It's at a time when Gateshead really need, well done, when Gateshead really need to start applying pressure again if they do want to go and win this game. Done so well to stay in touch with Morecambe, and it feels like a big sort of closing stages coming up for both sides, doesn't it? I'm sure it
Really does.
The draw is really enough.
Oh, good block, but it's going to fall to a Morecambe player in midfield, and now they can get it moving. Aziz plays it out to Williams on this left-hand side. There's men in the centre. You need to keep themselves switched on. As they now come with Jameson down the left-hand side. Very easy, and they win a throw-in.
Too easy. Got gained the odds there, far too easy.
Well, into the 88th minute, we were saying how long is added on very soon. Harley Dean going to put a long throw in. But I mean, as I say, there's been some lovely cameos here in the second half, hasn't there? So
I think Fenton John's been excellent since he's
Yeah.
come on. Really added that dynamism in midfield.
Hannah Fawizi's looked a real handful.
Was it 6 added on?
Yep.
So the midway point of that.
Well, really got to make the goalkeeper work from this distance.
Must be sure that was 10 yards, by the way. Blackman leaving a lot of that right-hand side of his goal.
It's striked into the wall, put back across though. Bowen goes for a shot and
The ball's out wide. The ball's out wide. Anna Farisi's got one-on-one.
Well, not the greatest set piece.
Saw his name in headlights there, didn't he?
We've still got
Headlights? In the headlines.
in the headlines.
Brains.
Seen his name in lights. But yeah, 3 minutes remain.
Brain's starting to freeze. Yeah, that's what it is.
Mine froze from the first minute. Louis Story Jane up his team, as is Bentley. Powerful header by Keaton Ward. Ball play intercepted by Kent Richardson. The shirt pull on Botswain's shirt. But the ball forward now. Williams. Oh, comes off his head as Botswain battling to get to the ball.
How is that a foul?
Whoa. Ben Williams kicked out backwards there. Wow. There's the reverse donkey tackle. Well, they're going to use this opportunity to get the ball up the pitch, and why not?
You do get the feeling that a point isn't really enough for either side, is it?
Not really.
Results elsewhere.
But you want to get that foothold, don't you? Blackman. Great kick.
Huge kick. Good header as well.
Hannah Fawizi holds the ball up, lays it off to Nicholson. Nicholson, clearance is charged down, but it's out for a throw-in on the far side. 1.5 minutes remain. And I think this one might just now stay 4-4 mark.
Yeah, I was convinced there would be a winner, especially with that additional 6 minutes. But as you say, I think we're going to be looking at 4-4. It's a terrible throw.
Not a throw like that. Now, Fenton John clears the ball down the line, but only as far as a red shirt. Ball comes across to Williams. Has to bend his run to get to it. Kent Richardson plays it down the line. It's going to be a throw. Well, Amanchi didn't see it, had went out.
Going to be a long throw in. Gateshead didn't deal with the last one.
No. Well, 30 seconds remain here.
Harley Dean going to throw us into the box. Gateshead really did not deal with the last one very well.
Do Morecambe have a sting in their tail in these dying moments? Harley Dean's ball in, headed clear. Not fully cleared for the second one. It's going to be another throw. And we've got 9 seconds of normal time remaining in the stoppage, that is. They added on time. Harley Dean lofts that ball in again, headed clear, only as far as Williams. Out to Harley Dean. Going to try and cross this one in, and he skews it behind, and that's a goal kick.
Massively hopeful claims for a corner there.
Yeah.
Still playing.
Well, Nicholson, he's got the ball. Oh no, I thought he had the whistle to his mouth there, the referee, but he hasn't.
Gateshead. Get it forward. It's got to go forward.
Richardson up towards Amanchi. Header out to Williams, and he hooks it clear and pop offers on his toes. Headed back. Aziz brings it down. Great stuff from Ward, who keeps the ball moving himself, and there's the full-time whistle. It ends 4-4. It was a goal bonanza. A result that both teams really could have done with the win, but it keeps momentum going in the right direction. Both teams building points at this crucial stage of the season, but you do think 3 points for either side would have been a bigger boost than a draw.
Just a crazy game, really. A little bit of everything in there. Mistakes, good finishes, penalties, debatable penalties, I should say. Sloppy at times from both sides. But I thought, on the balance of play, a fair result. Morecambe will feel, having gone 3-1 up, I think, just for time, that they really should have gone on to win the game.
Yeah.
Gateshead getting a little bit of luck to get back in with the penalty. I'm still not massively convinced about the second penalty. So there has been a bit of luck here from Gateshead. But they'll take a point, move on. Big game here Saturday against Forest Green, and then back next week against Braintree. So interesting 7 days ahead.
It stopped the rot at home as well, the point here. But Gateshead, 7 points in the last 3 games is a vast improvement over earlier in the season. Thank you very much for joining us here on the Heat Army podcast and, of course, live on DAZN. Join us again on Saturday for the visit of Forest Green here to Gateshead International Stadium. Thank you once again, everyone on DAZN and on YouTube, for listening. We'll see you again soon. And a safe back to the fantastic travelling fans of Morecambe as well.